This is the film story about a mute girl who gets stuck in her house. How and why did she get stuck here? What difficulties will she have to face? And will she be able to get out of here? Let's know in this story. So in the beginning, we see a house in the middle of the jungle, in which a girl named Maddie used to live. And she was making breakfast at that time. Now, in a short while, Maddie's friend came to meet her. Her name was Sarah. And because Maddie was mute, Sarah was talking to her in sign language. Here, we came to know that Maddie is also a writer, who has written a book of her own story. And at that time, they were talking about this story, during which Maddie forgets that she had kept the food to cook, and because of being busy and talking, the food gets burnt, because of which smoke spread all over the house, and the fire alarm started ringing. Seeing which, both of them came inside, and started fixing everything. They threw the burnt food, and immediately turned off the fire alarm. Sarah apologizes to Maddie, that sorry, I talked to you, and burnt your food, after which she asks Maddie in sign language, that let's go to eat food and go to watch a movie, for which Maddie clearly refused, saying that not today, because I have a lot of work at home. Now Sarah left from there, and Maddie comes inside the house. Here we came to know that she got a boonki berry due to an infection. And this problem has been with her since childhood. This was a temporary problem with her. But when she got her treatment, then because of the operation, she lost her ability to speak and listen forever. After which, she started living in the jungle and started writing her stories. When Maddie was writing her next story at night, then she starts thinking, what should I write the ending of the story? Meaning how to end the story. She was not getting any idea at that time. That's why she video calls her friend. But even at that time, she was very worried. That's why she cuts the video call. Her friend calls her, but she immediately turns off the laptop and goes to work in the kitchen. But then we see a very surprising sight. Sarah again came to meet Maddie. She also came to the door. That a masked man, meaning the one who was wearing a mask on his head, he grabs Sarah and attacks her. He had a knife, because of which he started hitting her badly. Sarah, poor girl, gets very scared. She started screaming in pain. She was also calling Maddie for help. But because of not listening, Maddie's anger does not go away. And that masked man attacks Sarah many times with a knife, badly. His blood started flowing, and she died in a very painful way. She fell down. The masked man got up, and he hit her badly. Maddie was bleeding. Then he hit his finger on the door and knocked. But when he realized that Maddie is not able to hear anything, then he took Sarah's dead body and left from there. Now Maddie got a call from her friend again, but she doesn't answer the call. She starts writing her story again. Meanwhile, the masked man entered her house. He starts shouting with knives, but like always, Maddie is not able to hear the voice. Meanwhile, Maddie got a video call from her female friend. As soon as Maddie picked up the call, that man moved back. Now both the friends started talking to each other. Her friend tells Maddie that you come to the city and stay with me. But Maddie said no, I can't come there, because there's a lot of noise in the city, because of which I get very disturbed. Meanwhile, the masked man came quietly and picked up Maddie's phone. Her friend saw a glimpse of the man. That's why she tells him, there's someone behind you. Maddie replies that my cat is here. She then tells her friend that okay, I am hanging up the phone because I have to find the cat. She is roaming like this. After which, she starts looking for her cat. But she doesn't find her anywhere. That's why tired. Maddie takes her laptop and sits at work, where Maddie got a picture from her number. Look at this. She was very tense, but when she saw the picture, she was her own, and many times, at different times. There were pictures of her. When she was working, she was looking for the cat at home, and was talking to her friend on video call. Seeing which, she realized that there is someone else in the house who has kept an eye on me, and now she gets very scared. As soon as she looked at the door, the masked man was standing outside, whose hand was Maddie's phone, and he was showing Maddie, look at this. She got very scared. She got up quickly. Before the masked man came inside, she closed the door quickly, and now when he started trying to come in through the window, then Maddie, she also closed it quickly. Seeing this, the masked man started looking all around, looking for a way to go inside. But she couldn't find any way to get inside. In the meantime, Maddie started trying to call the police. While doing this, the masked man saw her. That's why she disconnected all the lights, which made the whole house dark. She also changed the Wi-Fi password so that Maddie couldn't contact anyone. And now, Maddie gets very scared because the masked man standing outside was showing her bloodied face. Maddie was very scared. She didn't understand anything. What should I do now? And the masked man who was standing outside the house, he went away from there. When Maddie went to the door, the masked man was puncturing the tires of her car so that she can't run away from here. That's why Maddie got a torchlight. When she saw the light on the door, the masked man was writing that I don't want to go. So tell someone that you have seen my face. He also wrote that your friend is coming. As soon as he said, he took off his mask. Maddie was very happy to see his face because she knew him. She had lived with him. There was a time when they were good friends. But now Maddie had left him. This is the reason that he wrote that your friend is coming. He asks Maddie to stay with him again. And also, that when I go, I can enter your house, so be careful. After saying that, he went away from here. After that, Maddie went to the kitchen. She picked up a knife and a hammer. She started checking the whole house, that the masked man has come inside. Along with that, all the windows and the door. She was closing it tightly. In the meantime, someone started knocking on her window. When Maddie checked, there was no one else there. In fact, she had an old friend, that is the masked man, who was holding Sarah's dead body and was knocking on the window. Seeing that, Maddie lost her mind. She got scared and started crying on her friend's death. But then, she got an idea. She took her car's remote and started honking the car's horn, which distracted the masked man. That is why Maddie came out of the window and tried to pull Sarah's dead body inside. But then, that man saw her and started coming near her. Before that, she went inside. He tried to catch Maddie. She came back inside and closed the window. But till then, the masked man was holding the window. He tried to open it by pushing it. Seeing that, Maddie, with a big hammer, attacked his hand. The masked man got hurt. He pulled his hand. Then Maddie locked the window. After some time, when the masked man went away from the door, then Maddie tried to run away from him. But again, he saw her. He had to attack her. That is why Maddie had to come back home. He was right behind her. With a big hammer, he was about to attack Maddie at the right time. She went inside. She closed the door. And like this, she saved her life. She saw the fire alarm and came to the room upstairs. She came near the window and decided to distract the masked man. She turned on the fire alarm and threw it far away. Seeing that, the masked man started going behind the fire alarm. Like this, he lost his mind. And Maddie, from the room upstairs, came to the terrace and started running away from there. But again, the masked man had seen her. Maddie was climbing up. That is when he shot her with an arrow. The arrow hit her on her leg, which hurt her a lot. But as she came up and pulled out her arrow, she was badly injured. And now she realized that she can't run anymore. Following her, the masked man started climbing up with his arrow on the terrace. As he started climbing, Maddie comes in front. She hits him on the face and throws him down. With this, the masked man, without his arrow, fell down, and now Maddie started moving forward with the arrow. She starts trying to attack him, but it doesn't work. He got up and started following her. That is why he came back to his room and knocked on the window and started bandaging his wound. She tries to shoot him with the arrow, but he can't do it because he had never done such a thing before. Meanwhile, Sarah's friend also comes there. He came to look for her. He knocked on the door and started calling Sarah. The masked man heard his voice. That is why he came there with the torch and started calling Sarah's friend a thief. As he got scared, he raised his hand and stood up. He started telling her that he is not a thief, but I am Maddie's neighbor, my friend. That is Sarah, is Maddie's good friend. She came to meet him, but it's been a long time. She hasn't returned yet. I was worried. That is why I came here to look for her. Here Maddie's friend, that is his masked man. He tells her that I am a police officer. I got a call from here for help. That is why I came here. But the matter of coming here started affecting me. My gun has been stolen. Along with that, the phone is also lost somewhere. Saying this, he asks for Sarah's friend's phone. But after calling, instead of returning her phone, he keeps it in his pocket. Now when Sarah's friend started asking for her phone, he takes it out of his pocket and gives it to her. But Sarah's earring kept in his pocket comes out and gets stuck. Seeing this, Sarah's friend started doubting that something is definitely wrong here. He started thinking. Then he suddenly asks that Maddie can neither speak nor can she hear. Then who called you? Hearing this, Masked Man started thinking. First, he goes to Dohitch's house. Then after thinking a little says, that maybe your friend Sarah has called. With his words, Sarah's friend was convinced that he is lying. That is why he, by getting entangled in the conversation, picks up a stone in his hand. But before that, Maddie attacks. He had seen Sarah's friend. She started shouting for help. The door starts opening. As soon as Sarah's friend saw, he lost his mind. By giving a chance, Masked Man puts a knife in his neck. Was separated. He started bleeding. He fell down in pain. Seeing this, Masked Man feels as if he is dead, so he goes out and checks. But suddenly Sarah's friend gets up and holds Masked Man and drops him down. He straightens him up and holds his throat tightly and tells Maddie to run away from there. Now as she came out of the house, Masked Man came in front of her. He holds him and puts him on the ground, then sits on top and attacks his head with a stone. Sometimes he hit Maddie's head and crushed his head, which killed him badly. But this was not the reality. All this was happening in Maddie's mind. Actually, he felt that now I will never be able to escape from here. And whatever Maddie saw in his mind, that Masked Man crushed his head and killed him. That was actually with Sarah's friend. Masked Man hit his head and made him feel bad, which killed him. Now Maddie realized that if I have to run away from here, then I have to cure my leg, which was injured. That means by healing it. And if I have to kill Masked Man, then for that, I need an arrow. Along with that, I have to switch on the lights of the house, because if I go inside the house, then there's a lot of danger of getting caught in the dark. And I either have to hide in the bathroom or in my room, on some safe place. Because once Masked Man enters the house, then I will not be able to do anything. Because obviously, neither can I say anything, nor can I hear anything. After thinking about all this, he realized that neither can I run away from here, nor can I hide. So now I have only one way to escape. I have to kill Masked Man. That's why Masked Man was thrown by Maddie's cat, with whom he started talking. And because his mind was lost, then Maddie comes in front of the house and attacks him with an arrow. But unfortunately, the arrow hit his shoulder, with which he could not do much. He takes out his arrow, and again, he runs after Maddie, seeing which, he also tries to run inside the house quickly. When his arrow fell outside, now Maddie quickly had closed the door, but he took out his hand slightly. As soon as he started picking up the arrow, Masked Man, he stuck his hand in the door like this, and breaks it. And he also shoots his own foot at him. His hand is in a bad condition, but still somehow, he put his hand inside, and quickly closes the door. But he was very scared, because his hand was badly broken, and the poor man did not get the arrow back. Seeing his condition, Masked Man was very happy. That poor lady, she looks very sad, but a little patience. She got up with courage, and now she too. On the door, she starts writing threats with her blood, after which she comes back and opens her laptop. And at the end of the song, her heart sees the identity of Masked Man. That is, what is his height? What color are his eyes? Where is the tattoo on his body? How are the hair? And so on. Outside, Masked Man was also very angry. And now, he starts trying to break the door completely. Seeing which, Maddie too takes the knife and quickly went to the bathroom, sat down. The knife was pointed towards the door, that as soon as he comes in, I will kill him. She starts waiting for Masked Man, but surprised, we saw that Masked Man is sitting right behind him, sitting in the bathtub. He makes fun of him, says, that maybe, I will kill you at the right place. Then you start talking again. But now, Maddie feels it with her breath, that he is behind me, that's why. Turning, attacks him with a knife. That way, by pushing the knife inside him, ran away from there, comes to the kitchen, sits on the ground, and now, as soon as Masked Man came to attack him, then the insect-killing spray, she puts it in his eyes, she makes a fire alarm, due to which there was no noise in the whole house. And his voice, Masked Man started getting hurt. He gets angry, that's why he attacks Maddie, beats him a lot. After which, drops it down, then sitting on top of him. A lot of beating started. He starts strangling him, but in the meantime, Maddie got a sharp weapon, due to which she also stabs Masked Man's throat. He also started bleeding badly, and now here. Finally, he dies. After everything becomes normal, she calls the police, but she was very happy about it. Thank God. Finally, my life was saved. I had lost hope of it. But because she stood up and fought Masked Man, then finally saved her life from that problem. And with this, the story of this film becomes very different